a seat, take a breath. Got a feed that decides life and death. Every chart is a mountain, a meme, a decree. Is this genius or mass lunacy? So with me, down this wild mentality, where a frog with sunglasses screams we're early endlessly. Oh, see, bulls and bears and fantasy, every post's a prophecy. It's nothing made to be. If you want to read what passes for a master plan, simply click and flick your thumb across this broken land. Want to know which way the winds of crypto might just be? Go scroll me. One says up, only friends. Next says this is how it ends. Someone's calling the top, someone's buying the dip, someone's typing a thread as their last relationship slips. Scroll with me through the fear and ecstasy, where a chart in crayon gets 1,000 hearts for free. You'll see every hot take, every plea. I was right in 23. Trust the mind, ignore the spreadsheet. If you want to gauge if hope or panic's in command, if they're building castles or just castles in the sand, want to test if we're all early or just fantasy? Slow with me. Is it signal? Is it noise? Are we traders? Are we toys? Every candle, every coin is a cult you can join. Go with me, let the chaos be our key. Read the mood like it's a map to some great mystery. You'll see faith and doubt and harmony. I'm all into, I'm set free. In one day, in one same tweet. If you want to know if folks are brave or out of time, if they're quietly convicted or have simply lost their minds, then my friend, you found the perfect place to start this stream. So scroll with me.
Ba ba bum ba bum ba bum bum ba. G coming to you from the left corner, weighing in at f2.8 aperture. No, G scroll to all who celebrate. It is Thursday, August 13th. My name is Dude Lifts. This is Scroll With Me. Welcome. Congratulations. You know, if you know, you know. But for those of you maybe first-time listener, long-time caller, you know the vibes. Like I said, my name is Dude Lifts. This is Scroll With Me. This is where we scroll Twitter, crypto Twitter, AI Twitter, whatever kind of Twitter is your fancy, together. And we inspect, dissect, I yap, you comment, we scroll. It's a collective sociological experiment, to be fair. This is participatory. If you want me to stop on something, if you have questions, ask them. Be quick, because I be scrolling. Sometimes you'll comment and I don't have the context. You know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta fucking gotta be quick with it, you know, or give context, either or. But without further ado, on this fine Thursday, let us begin to scroll. Let's dive in. But before we do, the ultimate tease. Let us begin to scroll. But before we do, that was so good. So good. All right, we've got Base Buddha here saying, this is a bit surreal. Unbelievably proud of my team. Myself, Collector Crypt is the first gacha platform to reach this milestone. $1 billion in gross revenue. My God. Incredible technology. All right, we've got Mickey from Arcadia here. And you know, I've said it, and I'll say it again. I've said it and I'll say it again, and I guess I'll just keep on saying it. In my mind, ideal outcome for Collector Crypt is focusing on being a protocol. Focus on security of your vault, focus on APIs, MCPs, whatever, letting people build permissionlessly on top of your ecosystem. Slabs being a great example. Eddie has distribution. He's like, fuck, I can make a company around this shit. Boom, API, bada bing, bada boom. Got yourself a company. I'm just saying, protocol, distribution, but also maintaining their own brand, which you're doing a good job of. So maybe keep going off, Kings. All right. We have one client. They've raised over 15 billion, whose number one marketing insight was the importance of unique touch points. They found the average user needed to encounter the company roughly 15 times before signing up. Someone sees a founder code. We're not going to read any further. You know the rules. But what I will say is that we were showing the Doodle's Toy Factory to some folks. And I've gotten this response a couple times, but this one was a really unique insight, if you will. Some of you may have heard of like founders pitching VCs or just a variety of things as a way people will send watermelons or stuff like that to get the attention of people in Silicon Valley they're trying to reach. They'll send cakes, and someone was like, maybe I'll send a custom toy. And I was like, big brain technology. Who's not going to respond to that? You know what I mean? It's great. It's great. All right, here we go. The next generation neobank, powered in part by Cross. In part. All right, we love it. We love a good, honest piece of copy. We love a good, honest. They could have just said powered by a cross. But they do the in part in there because James Richard Fry, I'm guessing. All right, but I'm actually very curious about this. So we are going to click in. Okay, it's not that bad. That's not that bad. Okay, because EtherFi, I was chatting with some of the EtherFi team. I posted about my X Money card. EtherFi team slides in my DMs, and they're like, bro, why aren't you on EtherFi Cash? And I was like, bro, I'm on a mission to become the neobank final boss. So I may be headed that way. But so alas, I'm giving them their due because I like Tyson, I like Mike. So we're doing the deal. All right, the next generation of EtherFi crypto neobank. Let me read that from the top. The next generation of the EtherFi crypto bank. What the fuck? Should it just be called a crypto bank? Do I need to read? Third time plus caffeination's a charm. You hear that aggressive? I went for the aggressive on that one. It was like, beep. All right. The next generation of the EtherFi crypto neobank is live. Earn, trade, borrow, spend. One app to replace your traditional bank. What's new? Tokenized stocks and metals trading. Sick. Integrated Aave market on Optimism, borrowing against your Ford portfolio at 4%. Oh. New on and off ramp supports over 30 currencies. New payment methods include Cash App, Apple Pay, Lemon Pay, and more. Programmatic EtherFi buybacks from every product and revenue. Damn. I know they just had, okay, let's see the partners here. Optimism, Aave, X Stocks, Plume, Across, Enzo, Paxos, Raincard, Stablecoin, Demo, Do, Rhino 5 Veda, Midas. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty solid. I'll say what I always say. I'll say what I always say. EtherFi product, S tier. Marketing, distribution, leaves a little bit to be desired. You know? Now, granted, they could be doing a fantastic job with like VIP relationships. I don't know. I know they have very attractive incentives for sure. I just think they deserve more flowers than they have, honestly. Yeah. I see other neobanks, crypto neobanks kind of running away with things, or just traditional fintechs kind of run away with things. I think EtherFi deserves a spotlight, so here we go. Imagine a small collection of 101s from Bold Leonidas with a little bit of utility to it. Dude, why'd you have to add the utility? No, I'm just kidding. If there is anybody, I feel like Bold would reject quote unquote utility. He'd be like, nah, fuck that. You just get a PFP. That's all you get. Just a thought. Okay, I don't know who needs to hear this, but not everything. Whoa, this is TMA. Fucked me up with that CryptoPunk. Have you had this? Where's the bag? You're freaking me out. Okay, freaking me out. but just goes to show you the power of NFTs over personal branding. You're like, oh, I'm gonna have my face on my PFP. Oh, I'm gonna have some piece of artwork that I made. Bro, level up. Glad to see it. All right. Uniswap might be one of the biggest beneficiaries of the Robinhood going on chain. Yep. Yep. Dude, I was really interested to see that Banker is doing something with Sushi Swap. I went and looked at the Sushi token, not a lot of movement because I was just curious. But I'm like, this Sushi Swap founder or like new CEO, whatever, is like been doing like vlogs and stuff. And I'm like, Sushi Swap super OG. I'm very curious if they can kind of revitalize that. And by partnering with Banker, maybe so. I would have said like Sushi Swap, no chance in hell. But I don't know. I think they could actually do something here. It's very interesting. Seems like anyone's game. Seems like anyone's game. And as a reminder to anybody watching, it's always anybody's game. Nothing, I repeat, nothing in crypto is a foregone conclusion. Nothing is finalized. Every 3 weeks, 3 months, it's different as hell. So let's remember that. All right, here we go. Lanternflies and high gas prices. What a combo. Oh, jeez. If I saw that bug, I would lose my shit. Crazy how no one talks about OpenClaw anymore. Crazy. That's real. That's real. Even Hermes, doesn't get that much love out in the streets these days. At what point does our AI agent just build its own harness? I don't know. But Grokbot seems bullish. I don't know if there is a better public trader on this platform. Mando. Up to 20K on the LOY trade over last week. Low volume, but very close to all-time high. Yep, dude. Mando is the GOAT. Mando is the GOAT. Okay, so excited, dude. I am clearly on the struggle bus. I made the mistake of getting breakfast this morning, had chorizo, and then accidentally added bacon. And so it's like I ate the bacon because, of course, but now I'm like, you know what I mean? Okay, excited to see the Chimper's wallet brought to life. Every chimp now has its own ERC 6551 adventure pouch, fully on chain. Collect items, earn rewards, build your chimp's journey. Dude, honestly, I hope Benny Yang is like jazzed, that people are finally using 6551. Dude. Oh, dude, I mean, fuck. I want to go back. Oh, you know me. I'm going to find the receipts. I'm going to find the receipts. Now, granted, I think this is a great example of it's not about the underlying technology. It's about what you do with it. I love this kind of like UI and like the thing, because it's like you could have honestly left out the part that says ERC 66551 adventure pouch. Just call it adventure pouch. It's fine. But I get it. You want to kind of be on the stockbrokers thing, but collect items, earn rewards, build your chimp's journey. That's the important part. The technology serves the use case, right? So now, granted, in crypto, it's a little bit reflexive because technology becomes interesting, that people find ways to use the technology, which makes it more interesting. So I don't want to write it off entirely, but over the long term, it's about what you do with it, Let's keep going. You can send money to anyone on the planet in under a second for a fraction of a penny on a Sunday night at 4:30 a.m. with no one in between you and the person you're transacting with. Crypto's beautiful. Yes. Yes. Nick Cabana on the decisions for Claynosaurus to be on Solana. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Refresh. We're just gonna hit a refresh. Oh. Surprise! Shorty! Dude, this is what happens when I start streaming and the team is in the Slack popping off. Bruh, you heard it here first. 819. There it is. Bada binkst, bada skinkst, baby. Dude, I'm so jazzed. I've been working my little tushy off. And I don't say that for any kind of congratulations. I say it because the product is so awesome. Sound like a McDonald's CEO. I can't wait till you get your hands on our new product. But it's awesome. So excited for people to try it. It's truly, truly magical. Yeah, it's just a magical experience. I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so jazzed. Okay. Chemo treatment, 7 of 12. Can't wait for this to be over 100%. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's see here. Should OpenSea be doing something with FWA? Huh. That's actually that's a really interesting thought. Um, yeah, because they have like their vault, and I wouldn't want to see them like take something out of their vault, which they're like, we're keeping these forever. But that would be super interesting if they were just like, hey, yeah, we're doing something with FWA. We bought this off the market. We're going into the gotcha machine, and maybe we'll redistribute some FWA token or something. I don't know. That's really interesting. I like that a lot. I like it a lot. Fun fact, an H200 can be split into 7 isolated GPU instances. So one physical GPU can run separate workloads at the same time. Didn't know this before looking into B3 IQ. Interesting. Dude, this B3 Labs thing is interesting. I I still think USDAI by Zerg is probably better positioned because I just think he's smart. I'm like, he's figured it out. He's figured it out. All right, let's keep going here. Oh, dude, look at Nemo here. The Commission King. The Commission King. Dude, I'm scrolling with a quickness. Nice. Nice. We like a good meme coin carousel. All right, Aton, what do you got to say here? Once again, the revenue meta thesis playing out. Revenue meta, okay. Hype and pump absolutely killing it with insane daily revenues, straight into buybacks. Lit also like, dude, this is my KOL here, dude. Aton sitting up here in the nest with the roll up team, with Andy, and learning things we love to see. I suspect many of America's social issues would be solved if 50% fewer people went to college. Wait a second. That, that's an interesting statement. All right, here we go here. I just get a little refresh here. We see Warner here says, I get geeked out hearing about people's wins. I was in a chat with some good buddies in the space and heard one of them is having a ton of success with his store. Another chat where a homie bought a CryptoPunk. Is that teammate? Another DM where a holder bought a piece from our collection. Dude, we love to see the homies winning. Dude, I bought, a grail myself over the weekend, rocking it as PFP. I'm just saying right now. I added to the collection, didn't replace. Come on, please. Please. My popsicle needed an outfit change. Here's my long tail story. So not gonna be that long of a story. But so Doodles 2 has the ability to change wearables and like humanoid characters, things like that. So I was able to recreate my OG in my kind of Doodles 2, but kind of rare heads, things like this, non-humanoid characters kind of don't get a lot of love in that, understandably so, because of constraints. But so I've always kind of thought, and it's weirdly fitting that if you have a grail, in order to get an outfit change, you have to get another grail. And then there's a whole thing about like back in the day when I was like kind of pouring through the Doodles terms of service, you could like use different like clothing in art or like for like kind of like commercial use if you owned the doodle, right? And so I was like, oh, so like you could take the hoodie from one OG and put it on another as long as you own both of them. Essentially, like that was kind of my read of it. Don't not legal advice, not financial advice. Come on. But so from like a storytelling or interesting perspective, I love the fact that I now have 2 white popsicles, one with a note face, one with a neutral face, and I can swap them out at my leisure. And I'm basically Spinotron. So there, googly eyes thesis. Let's see here. Turf Sports. Turf is joining Polymarket. Sick. Okay, here we go. Deployer says, I've been seeing some takes like this on the timeline after announcing a protocol token for pools.fun. There's absolutely no intention of shifting any focus away from Banker and a product. Team is locked in. That's all we need to see. That's all we need to see. All we need to see. All right. Two special guests today on Coffee with Captain. We get started at 8 a.m. Concordium joins and celebrating 4 years of Genuinely Undead. Whoa. Oh, this is cool. Okay, I want to hear what Frisk has to say about this. He heard about this new product called Spend.shop from some friends. Let you spend USDC on eBay or Amazon with no KYC. So I decided to check it out. Grab this dope CIB copy of Pokemon Ranger on eBay. Whole process is painless. Dude, I saw this. I think this is so cool, and I want to test it out. I just haven't had an excuse to yet, but I really think it's so interesting that you could just spend Soul or Stables, no KYC on Amazon or eBay. Like, that is very interesting. Because if we're in that crypto neobank era, then we need to be able to do it. What are the top 3 apps you open first when you start your day? Ooh, okay. Twitter. Maybe Instagram, and maybe the weather, because I'd be old like that. You know what I mean? Well, and then also maybe Beeper, so I can get a note from my AI agent. I think that's about right. And then also maybe OpenSea. It all is kind of a blur, you know? Let's keep going here. How crypto companies protect sensitive customers. That's funny. That's funny. Whoa. My gosh. Guess what? Local AI for everyone. We really did it. Local.ai. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? I need to know. I need to know, Alex, because I signed up, but I already run local AI. So I need to know what you mean by that. I actually need to dive in a bit more, because I guess I've just been like benchmarking my own shit for so long. Like, I'm very curious what because it is difficult to find data. You're like, what model should I be using for my machine? And it's always like, I mean, maybe inevitably AI goes like, the one you're using is good. It's good. It's about the best it gets, but I don't know. And then I have LM Studio, and LM Studio doesn't have all the models. So I'm like, I kind of want a little more flexibility. I don't know. I could go on and on. Let's keep going here. 140 days left to mint in 2026. LOL. Dude, I saw this video on Instagram. This is insane. Look at this guy. Sick. Absolutely kills it. Some people commented that the iPhone angle is better because he actually kind of rides up the ramp of the moon and the sun itself. So, just for what it's worth. Dude, shout out to Pudgy Penguins. I saw, I think it was Bo Security, put a photo of Marco Rubio in a penguin, and that made its way into Marco Rubio's office. I thought that was hilarious. So good. Dude, shout out to Hammy. That's our boy, dude. It's making some great Doopies games in the sandbox environment using 3JS. That's great. Very cool. All right. Holy send it. Amazing work. An unruggable buyback based on historical volumes. This is 1.3 million a month. Expected only increase from here. Mike saying dwarfed by future revenues. Damn. Dude, honestly, DCF has been shouting to buy the EtherFi token, and I've been fucking fading it. I bet I'm too late. I bet I am too late. All right, let's keep going here. Silver on Solana. Dude, look at this. Great meme by Pocky. Incredible technology. Atari, this is your favorite honorary? Fuck, dude, this is a piece of shit. It's literally a piece of shit. Oh, Atari. Oh, Atari. Oh, my. Dude, this is gorgeous. My God. Dude, and we are so back with the Toy Factory. We are so back. Dude, I feel like that's probably a good note. It's 8:58. It's about to be 8:59, which is about to be 9 o'clock. And, to be honest, we got a grind out here. The Toy Factory is launching imminently. So we got work to do. But alas, it is Thursday, August 19th. My name is Dude Lifts. We will not be back tomorrow, unfortunately, because I will be heading to D23 to hang with all my Pinnacle collectors. Shout out. It's going to be amazing. But and also, we might not be back next week because your boy might be locked in, on this. And I don't skip for nothing, but I might not even be here. You know what I'm saying? Might be that locked in. But we'll see. We'll see. But alas, regardless of when I am back, as always,